Right, and welcome to another product review of one of my cool and funky box sets that I have. Now, today's one is this rather cool looking and pretty solid, to be fair, Back to the Future Ultimate Edition 4K Trilogy Blu-ray, and this is a Zavvi exclusive, so I guess this is the part, or one of the main parts, that is the exclusive to Zavvi. When I was putting this box on my set, I thought, right, I'll just find out what the proper name of it is. And I discovered that there are only 1,000 of these ever made. So somewhere out there are 999 more of these box sets. Now this is obviously the Back to the Future trilogy, those amazing films. And they come in a nice little box. Look, nice little box there to replicate the Plutonium thing from the first movie. Now when you open the box, obviously you can see things in there. You've got three little very thin plastic tubes, not ideal, and then obviously you've got the films themselves housed in that. We will get onto these in a second. Now these three tubes, if you just take these out, I don't want to take the actual things out, but they house supposedly replica props from the movie. I'm not really convinced. So we got like this one, and then that is the diagram for the Flux Capacitor. What is that? Flux Capacitor even. So we got that one, and then what we have here is the copy of the note that Doc Brown left for Marty, telling him where the car was buried, which then obviously led on to Back to the Future 3. So spoiler, third one's set in the Wild West. This is all foam, so it's quite sturdy. I'm not entirely sure what you would do with these things once you've, I don't know, it's kind of a gimmicky thing, I suppose, but it looks quite nice in the presentation box. So let's put the box to one side, and now let's focus on the actual Blu-ray pack itself. It looks pretty much just like a standard edition 4K Blu-ray box set. Nothing crazy limited edition about that. I'm guessing the limited edition aspect is the box with the tubes. So in here, take them out, that there, we have them in gatefold form. So we have them here. There are 7 discs in total. So there's a 4K disc for Back to the Future. There is a 4K disc for Back to the Future 2. There is a 4K disc, you can see where I'm headed, can't you? There is a 4K disc for Back to the Future 3, and then there is a separate bonus disc with a bunch of featurettes. So it is also, obviously, along with the 4K set, you get a regular Blu-ray for each of them, hence adds up to 7 discs. Special features wise, there is a lot, but there's also not a lot, and I'll explain. If you look at the lists of all of these, so the special features, looks pretty extensive. However, a lot of these are sort of very short featurettes. So, you know, you've got on this set 1 hour worth of new stuff, but then you've also got obviously all the existing featurettes. I haven't gone through and added them up, but I'm guessing they probably add up to maybe about an hour for each film, which I suppose is still kind of cool because it means you're getting 3 hours worth of featurettes per movie. In total, I should say. The good thing that I enjoyed on this set is for each of the movies, so obviously 1, 2 and 3, you do get a full-length feature commentary by the producers, and there's also Q&A commentaries for each film. And they, as far as I remember, because I listened to these on a different edition, and they're not obviously scene specific commentaries, because when these Q&A commentaries were being recorded, they were not watching the film. So some of them do vary, but they do answer a lot of questions. You get to hear the story about how the time machine was originally going to be a fridge. Then the fridge obviously popped up in Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. So there's a fair bunch. It's not quite the extensive Back to the Future set that we would love with cast and crew and all those sort of commentaries, but it is probably the best set for Back to the Future that is in fact out there, and then packing it into this nice little Plutonium box does sort of add a few bells and whistles. I don't know if the price difference between this set, which retailed around £70, and the cost of the actual standard set, which I'm guessing would probably be about 40, 50 maybe, that's a pure guess, is worth the difference. However, upon finding out that there's only 1,000 of these in the world, it's kind of gone up a little bit in my estimations. So if you don't own the Back to the Future box set, I would probably recommend not necessarily getting this one, because this is probably quite hard to get hold of now, but I would definitely recommend picking up the Back to the Future 4K set, so you can get all these bells and whistles and stuff on it. Did this box set make me go great Scott? It does, upon looking at it, because it's cool. It looks great on the shelf. It's a nice talking point. This is a bit of a pain in the neck if you think, well, I want to watch Back to the Future one, so you've got to dissect it and take it all to bits. And it is a bit of a pain to store on a DVD or a Blu-ray shelf, as a lot of box sets are. But I think it's kind of cool. It's definitely a unique box set, and I'm definitely a fan of this. So, and this is, I think this is about 2 years old, this one, and it still feels in immaculate condition. So enjoy, and take yourself off Back to the Future.